Have you been lied to? By Tectone. It's about Wuthering Waves. Let's find out what's good. Brought to you by this cat born under the TIVV 3-star sign. Meow.
This creator is a Hoyo shill.
So I had...
And then change it to Hoyoverse creators are lying to you. So
Whoa.
Let's see what the hell is going on. Hexjuice, when are we getting the oiled up model? When, please, I'm begging you, when are we going to see your model oiled up? Oiled up, Hexjuice, oiled up. Good God, that shit was so cringe.
I had this video sent to me several
I don't know what that's about. It sounds like a riot.
times.
Was it by the homie B-Mow, man? The homie B-Mow. I bet B-Mow went into her Twitch chat and was like, dude, Hex, you have to watch this. It's so funny. It's so funny. You have to watch it. All right, let's continue.
It was a Zenless Zone Zero video. This was the original title and thumbnail for this video. It was called I Owe Hoyo an Apology. But then this morning, I was really confused by this because this is now the title and thumbnail of that video. The hard truth about Zenless Zone Zero. Worth after 40 hours? Interesting. Subscribe!
Where are we going with this? Why are you screaming in my ear?
Oh, the surprise go subscribe insert. What?
Why did you just scream
When
in my
we look
fucking ear?
into more about this video, there's something very interesting in the description, which I think makes the change of the title and thumbnail a lot more engaging and a lot more interesting for me to discuss.
I also think it is very interesting because a creator putting out an apology for a company at first could be seen as a nothing burger, but then when I know that Hoyo struck Mr. Pokey's channel and then asked for an apology for them fucking up, I wonder if this was requested to make an apology for bad-mouthing their game. I wonder if this is requested. I wonder. I can't confirm anything, but I do know they've asked other creators for apologies before.
I think business is spelled incorrectly.
If that happened to me, I would delete anything and everything that has Hoyoverse content on my channel and make a video about it.
This is a video.
Good thing I don't have that much stuff to do with that, but hey, I do like me that story. I do like going through it here and there. It's pretty fun. And I'm not saying that Hoyo did it intentionally, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying mistakes happen, and if they happen to me or other creators like that, then that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Those mistakes cannot be had. You know what I mean? So they probably gotta improve their process, so such mistakes do not happen again.
That I'm willing to guess comes from the same line of contracts that were being sent out for Zenless Zone Zero. I want to know how a video sounds after you've signed with the business of Yomiholic. And I also want to point out how this absolutely will affect the content that you watch on these games when these are the kind of contracts that they are putting out.
That's a very good point. And Hex, I'm glad that you showed me this point. If you want to go subscribe to Hexjuice, you're more than welcome to. I want to watch the whole video myself. I want to watch this with no other bias. I want to watch the whole thing. This is a very interesting topic. With over 50% dislikes, Zzz succeeds where Genshin fails. Let's see what this video is all about.
I feel like Genshin has a really nice overworld, and then the combat is also sweet. And then there hasn't been any content besides the Spiral Abyss getting updated for the end game, right? And hey, I do like my Spiral Abyss every 2 weeks. I don't play a lot of Genshin because there isn't a lot of content, right? And hey, if they have more mainline story, I'll do that too. It's pretty good. So it's like, yeah, I mean, not necessarily like farming resources too. It's like, yeah, sure.
Let's see if it's as bad as people are saying.
I, like many other people from 2020, am a former Genshin player. And like most people, I got tired of the open world formula after so many games. Don't get me wrong, like, I love Genshin's character designs and all that, but the open world formula has got me tired out. And
I agree. The problem with open world games is people get very excited to explore it, but then once you realize open world generally means massive areas of fucking nothingness, or, wow, dude, walk around this one big field and you get 5 primo gems. It's like, okay, well, nobody cares. You know, like, open world games in like The Witcher or Elden Ring or Skyrim are great because you can go to these unexplored areas and find like a legendary mask that gives you double the jump that you.
Yeah, there's stuff to do. It's good. Legend of Zelda style of doing stuff. You have a lot more impact per new item you find, and you have some freedom as to where you go next, right? And so Genshin they definitely got a leg down there. They don't have nearly as impactful stuff to find. So yeah, I feel Tectone there. You get your power fantasy and stuff from the characters, from the gacha. It's a decision, right? They wanna sell stuff. However, I still like me some fun overworld shenanigans in Genshin.
You can normally use, or you find a rare mob that turns you into a vampire. But open world for Genshin is, wow, walk around, maybe you find a little guy that gives you one primo gem. And for me, the exploration it's just not it. There is never a single point in Genshin Impact where it's like, wow, I explored and I found this really cool thing. It's just, where are they hiding the primo gems?
True. And so, again, I go with the world quest. I'm not just running around in Genshin most of the time. And if I did, I would do it after I got the weekly reputation reward for treasure detector.
And that's it. And do you think that's pessimistic? I'm sorry. That's just realistic. The open world exploration just is not as good as any other open world game ever.
Oh, I would disagree there. Have you seen any MMO? Have you seen any MMO? Yeah, or Tower of Fantasy?
It's just not. And it's annoying how glorified it is.
It's the gacha. You know, you got to keep the good stuff for the gacha. That's the problem with the exploration.
And the Inazuma arc was certainly something. After Genshin, I tried
how MMOs railroad you into the end game. Just follow the quest markers and you're in the end game. Ta-da! Like, there's nothing to explore in an MMO.
Giving Honkai Impact a try, and, well, it just didn't really grab me. Sorry, I got nothing else to say about it.
I think I would have liked Honkai Impact if it was in English, but I really have an issue where games aren't localized, because I'm just like, I ain't trying to read all this bullshit.
That game. Now, Honkai Star Rail, it doesn't...
And some guy in chat makes a very good point. Will be the same for Wuwa. Let me tell you why you're wrong. For a second there, I read it, took it at face value, and
I don't feel like listening to it makes it any better or worse, right? Like, maybe it's just because I've read a lot in my life, but...
agreed in my head. And then I thought...
reading is just faster than listening as well. And I mean, sure, you can do stuff by listening to a story. There's a added benefit there.
About it for more than 2 seconds. So first of all, the difference in exploration in Wuwa versus Genshin Impact is that one, the exploration is far more dynamic with things like grappling hooks and wall running, right? And the other thing is in Genshin Impact, the only thing you get in primo gems, but in Wuthering Waves, you can get shiny echoes. And shiny echoes, I believe, actually make exploring worth it. I think Wuthering Waves is going to expand upon this feature later to where whenever you kill a mob, you might be able to get a version of it as a pet, which you kind of already do for echoes, but like a perma-pet that follows you around. I believe, at least. So I think the exploration does have a leg up on Genshin because it actually has the opportunity of giving you something rare, something tangible, not just, wow, one.
Keep in mind though, Genshin design philosophy specifically is about one and done. You do your dailies in like 10 minutes and you're done. So people can do other things in their lives and not be grind lords like in Path of Exile. Although the downside is that other people will provide those games to you. Like, I've been a big Path of Exile enjoyer.
16th, not even one. What is that? 120. No, 1/32nd of a pull. Because every 32 chests you find with 5 primo gems equates to 1 pull. Do you really get excited knowing that now? Wow. Are you really going to go out of your way to find 5 more primos? Like, holy fuck. That's why I enjoy the exploration of Honkai Star Rail, because even if it's like chest 5, chest 5, chest 5, I get it out of the way like that. I walk around with Topaz, I'm done like that. True. I don't have to spend 3 hours looking for a chest just for fucking nothing. Echoes is worth it when you're trying to min-max your gear. Also that.
Oh, he wants me to get Topaz. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, she's pretty good. But how many characters coming up? Firefly? Jade? Definitely Jade. Big Jade enjoyer.
So yeah.
Feature an open world, so I thought I would get behind this easily. I told myself this time I wouldn't quit this one. And they got Kafka, so she already makes me want to stay around this time for sure.
Agreed.
And, well, big surprise, but I ended up quitting Honkai Star Rail as well. I felt like I was too dumb for turn-based gameplay. Now, when I heard of the newest game...
What? I just put it on autoplay most of the time. Most of the time.
game, Zenless Zone Zero, I thought to myself, this time? No, I'd probably quit this one too. I didn't care about ZZZ when it was first announced because I felt like I was gonna eventually just quit the game.
I also feel like there's this mass drama that people feel it is when you quit a game. There's nothing wrong with quitting a game when you no longer enjoy it, but people make it to be such a big deal for no reason. If you want to quit, then just quit. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, like all the other Hoyo,
And always come back too. I took breaks from Genshin here and there, and yeah, I try to do all the events, but sometimes I don't. It's like, yeah, I mean, because that's where all the rewards are, realistically. You don't have to log in daily.
games.
I will say Zenless Zone Zero had a massive leg up on its competition, just like I had my leg, or just like your mom had her legs up when I fucked her. Because this game had the opportunity to really like be uncensored and have sexier characters, but then they kind of pulled back on it and they nerfed Nicole, which was a huge disappointment. Now they still do have characters with massive fucking tits, like this ghost girl, but they're all covered up, which is still hot. But man, dude, if Zenless Zone's,
it's fine to have some variety, you know. I'm a clothes enjoyer, yeah, but, you know, what's wrong with some skin? What's wrong with some skin? Meow.
Zero could go crazy with no censorship, that would have been insane.
Destined to never like a Hoyo game. I tried my hardest to not pay attention to the marketing, and I wasn't enticed by the hot Nicole or the hot Wolf.
I mean, nice
man.
outfit there.
People really went wild for that guy, didn't they? I just looked away and played other games until I got that rare invitation to join the closed beta.
Okay.
When I got that invitation, my first thought was, when did I sign up for this again? I decided to give the game a go because when you're invited to a closed beta, it feels like you entered the secret club without knowing any.
Oh, you don't know nothing about the MMO cycle, you know? Back in the day, you would go to random websites to get your key and get in the closed beta, right? And then you would play the game, right? And then everything would get reset, and then there would be the open beta, and you know what I mean. Anyway, it's just like, how much do you care to get a key back in the day? And so today, it's not much different. Like, if you really want to get in, there's gonna be a way. Don't think that people take your feedback from the closed beta on anything to do with content. No, it's like, it's the first stress test in a way. And at least that's how it felt in every closed beta I ever played. Like, oh yeah, this is the first stress test.
Anything and keeping an open mind, I hopped in.
No, it doesn't. You know what it feels like to me? Oh, wow, they want me to do unpaid labor. Okay. Let me fix their game for them for free. I fucking hate closed betas. I hate playing them. I hate seeing them. They're annoying as fuck. Just make them open beta. I'm still not gonna.
No. You can't do open beta because there's a reset. There's gonna be a reset at the end of closed beta because there are things that can destroy the game economy and stuff. So you need the closed beta.
Play them, but like, don't this exclusive.
Like it's important actually.
Activity bullshit is insane.
And off the bat, I knew this.
It's just not something special, you know. It's like, okay, players, we have a game. Can you break it? No? Great. Then we can make the open beta after the closed beta.
This game was gonna be good because we have a skip button. Oh my gosh. Oddly enough, despite having the skip button, it had a weird reverse psychology effect on me. This time, I felt the urge to watch the story closely. The one thing I immediately loved about this game was its style. The style of the game had this urban setting to it.
I will admit, I do think the way that Zenless Zone Zero tells its story is a very hot take. I actually think that it is better than Honkai Star Rail and Genshin. And
there is the part where Honkai Star Rail and Genshin are needlessly wordy in many, many places and ways. And maybe this is gonna fix that. He's hoping, but you never know.
Wuthering Waves. Because I feel like it's much more dynamic with the comic panels. And each time they say a line, it swaps to a new image. And I think it's very dynamic. I think it's very fluid. I really enjoy it. And I love the character animation and the facial features. I think it's really, really, really good. Now, here's the big problem, okay? Here's the big problem. So the way they tell their story is the best. The problem is their story sucks. Because if Honkai were to tell their story the same way that Zenless Zone Zero does, it would be better. But the problem is the story that they're telling in Zenless Zone Zero is very uncompelling. It's incredibly lackluster.
I haven't heard anything about it, so let's hear.
Like, incredibly. Holy fuck, Lily, yo, thank you for the raid.
It felt like I was thrown into Hoyo's version of Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio is so fucking good. I actually agree very much with this take. Jet Set Radio Future and Jet Set Radio, amazing fucking game. Very, very, very underrated. One of the best soundtracks as well. And you can tell they rip soundtracks from that game 1,000,000% and put their own spin on it. I think it's a great idea, personally.
Street set.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
With fashionable ass characters.
What was it? It's just creative borrowing or whatever. Everything is built on everything anyway, so...
Cutscenes having this film reel comic style to it. The game looked good, which is something that Hoyo never seems to disappoint on. Their games are always looking really nice, and the music is a jam as always.
Yeah, the problem is with like Zenless Zone Zero story, it's kind of like Jamie Oliver's cooking, right? It looks really good, but then you taste it and there's no fucking seasoning, right? That's the big issue.
That would be awful. Oh no. I love me my seasoning.
Because it really is, like, I'll be real. I've done that story twice. I don't remember shit. I remember fucking nothing, right? And like, I'll be real. Honkai Star Rail, I can tell you the whole goddamn story from start to finish. Even with Genshin.
Yeah, true. I could tell you things about those games. True.
Even with Genshin, I can tell you a lot of shit that happens. Zenless Zone Zero, oh, I don't fucking know. Nicole wanted to get some dick and then... I don't know, big furry bears happened. I don't fucking remember at all. And there was a fucking wubbaboo, not even a wubbaboo. What the fuck are those things? A Bellabogian? The little rats, the rubber rats, and then fucking...
Rubber rats in a rubber room.
Nanners made a song for the female cat character, then I shit all over that before I knew it was her, then I felt bad. Also, love you, Nanners. Hope you're out there. Hope you didn't die. Appreciate you.
As soon as I had control of the game, I was like, all right, time to shatter everything. Bring it on. Open world gameplay, I'm sure.
Yep.
But instead, I got something that just appealed.
First of all, what the Zenless Zone Zero is not open world gameplay. What the fuck are you even talking about?
To me, there was no open world gameplay. It was
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Like instance-based fighting. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but basically you get into a level, you beat stuff up, and you're done. I love that. Okay, and before you jump at me,
can be good if you do it well. Big fan of the Online Enjoyer, the first one. It's like, that's not open world. It was still a great game. I played way too many hours on that one, but yeah.
No honk.
The problem is open world games are very romanticized in current year and current like 10 years since the experience like Oblivion came out. They're really not that good. I'm not a fan. I'd rather have an instant zone where everything is meaningful than an open world full of fucking nothing.
Kai Impact had similar gameplay, but Zzz style on top of this gameplay was the reason why it won me over. Soon, I will hit the ripe old age of 30, and I'm just not able to keep up with these open world games anymore.
What?
I can keep up.
Tectone expression said it all there.
Okay. I can keep up. It's just they're not...
Just put content into your content. I
can keep up. I can keep up. I just don't feel like it, okay? Instant zones with shit in them are better than open worlds with nothing in them. It's not an age thing. It's really not. You know what is an age thing? Drake. But I ain't him.
Having to go off to a far region of a game to get a specific material to upgrade a skill or an enemy drop tired me out. This is a me problem, and I fully acknowledge that, but if you like the stuff in games, go for it. I'm just tired. In Zzz, the game cuts down all of the moving around and you get straight to the point of things. To get material...
Now, I will say, I think the most brainless take ever is, this game is better because it's instanced. This game is better because it's open world. No, it's your preference. So I think saying something is better objectively is brainless. But you can say, in my opinion, I prefer instance, or in my opinion, I enjoy open world, but being instance or being open world is neither a positive or a negative. It only depends on your playstyle. There's like a game isn't better if it's a MOBA. If it's like, a MOBA isn't better than a fighting game because it's a MOBA. That just makes no fucking sense.
To promote a unit or upgrade
different genres.
To skill, it's all done on the VR device in your own home. You can even customize the battles to get a specific amount of drops proportional to the stamina used. Also, I just love the dish out flashy and cool attacks, and the second a battle is done, it flashes this wipeout text on the screen. When I saw this, I fell in love. It's such a simple, small thing, but it made the game feel cooler.
Okay.
I agree 100%. I think that Zenless Zone Zero has the best combat in any Hoyoverse ganja right now. Well, let me repeat. You can't...
Yeah, I mean, if you got the great content to back it up, sure.
You can't really compare turn-based RPG to Zenless Zone Zero. So ZZZ versus Genshin, I much prefer the combat of Zenless Zone Zero. I like it a lot.
Frame with your character finishing off an enemy, and if you're able to nail a cool pose during this, it just increases the cool factor of battling in this game. That's
I don't have a problem with what he's saying. I have a problem with the way that he's saying it because he just sounds like a fucking shill, right? Like that sounds.
Yeah, it sounded a little sus there. Not gonna lie, tingling my sussy sensors.
Like a bunch of disgruntled mid-50-year-olds gathered into a board reading room and said, okay, so what do we want our creators to say about it? Oh, say it increases the cool factor. I remember that I used to say cool when I used to go skateboarding back in my early 16. Say something for the kids. The cool factor, truly wicked. I believe the word they use these days are swag. I believe that's what they said. Yes, I believe that.
when I knew.
Yeah. Throw a skibbity in there. Yeah, throw a skibbity. Skibbity toilet. I think I heard something. I think I heard my grandson say that.
This game will be the best Hoyo game ever. For me, at least. The characters themselves are full of personality. For our starting ones, the cunning hairs, we have Anby, the cool-headed robotic one, Nicole, the loudmouth sassy leader, and Billy is our beloved robot dweeb. The dude loves this game's version of Kamen Rider, and he's cool as hell for that. You're also able to play the other squads in this game in different chapters, so it's a nice way to get a demo and showcase people that you don't have. All of which never gets on my nerves. I love all of these characters, and for those who hate Paimon...
Great, now I can't stop thinking about Silly Billy. Oh no. That's a nice song though.
Don't worry, we don't have that here in this game. For other characters that I love, design-wise, Ellen is one of my favorites. Sharkmaid is a great combination. I dig it. Who can argue against that? Lycon has a dignified and cool look to him, and Grace is my wife. If you try to claim her, I will fight you on the spot.
I already took her anal virginity. I'm just keeping it a buck. I already did it. So she's claimed. Bro, she walked with a limp after one night with me, man. She loved it. We're meeting up later this weekend, too. So the problem is that I don't know this fucking guy, right? Obviously, let's just be real, guys. He sounds like a fucking shill. Okay? He sounds like a fucking shill.
He could just be a little fresh, you know, around these parts. Maybe he's just young and innocent, and he's like... I don't know what I'm talking about at this point.
Working with Yomi like a company that makes you shill. Maybe he's being genuine, but my God, does he not sound like it.
We also have Bang Boos. They're adorable little guys. They make funny little sounds, and they're friend-shaped, providing a little bit of assistance in battles as well.
I will say, people who say that things are friend-shaped, that shit is so dorky, it's ridiculous.
I am sorry.
The whole video does sound like an ad read, I do agree.
Hoyo. In the past, I felt like your games were not up to snuff. They've always been
in the past, they were not up to snuff. But now...
bashed by non-Hoyo gamers for being mid-gacha games at best. But Hoyo has improved.
I feel like if you are someone who says that Hoyoverse makes mid-gacha games, you are a fucking moron. They are quite literally the best gacha games on the fucking market. They're the only ones that have ever broken the normie barrier, and that's for a reason. So I do agree that's a horrible take. However, I don't really see that many people saying that. So I don't know what schizos he's fighting in his mind, but I've never seen people say en masse Hoyo games are bad in gacha game space. Maybe outside the gacha game space, sure, they might say that.
Yeah, I wonder what the Twitter takes are that he's reading.
Game marked as an ad on YouTube? No, it's not. No, it's not.
Over time, clearly shown with Honkai Star Rail being one of their best work, and Genshin is... well, they got Arlecchino, so that makes up for a lot of things in Genshin. But ZZZ has captivated me in a way that both of these games did not. This isn't to say that both previous games are horrible, this is more of just saying that ZZZ aligns with my taste in games far more. But I do believe that ZZZ feels to be the most polished of the games in terms of fast-paced combat. The combat is snappy. You have 3 agents to use at a time, so you don't need to build a team of 4 people like in Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. Not that it's a huge problem in either game, it's just that my small brain can focus on 3 rather than 4.
It doesn't really matter how many characters you have to build because they're just going to adjust the amount of time it takes you to build those characters and make it longer. Right, so you use less characters, but it's going to take you longer to build them.
Beating up enemies and swapping between characters feels very fluid. You can even swap during someone's animation and they'll just retreat after finishing their attack, giving me similar feels to fighting games when you tag out different characters. You can dodge attacks, but with a perfect dodge, you're able to strike back with a powerful counter attack. In fact, Nekomata excels at this kind of gameplay, so pull for her. Don't
Yeah, the problem is Nekomata looks dumb as fuck.
look down on her because she's a small cat girl. She's quite powerful indeed. Enemies have a daze meter, and while they're dazed, they will be stunned and they'll take 150% more damage than normal, allowing you to finish them off with your hard-hitting attackers. Some of the roles in the game include attackers for your main sorts of DPS, stuns who excel at dazing, supports for a bit of utility, and defense characters who...
Here's my problem, and I understand why Hex called...
And my problem is that you're gonna figure this out as you play the game. If it's a good game, you're gonna be, you know, it doesn't matter what this stuff does. You're just gonna play the game and learn.
This guy out, because it's not marked as an ad, but, you know, nothing in this video screams this guy's doing illegal sponsorships to me. I feel like he's just a guy who's talking positively of a game, and he just doesn't really have that much charisma, so it just sounds like a fucking ad read. I really don't think the guy's...
Yeah, I mean... I wonder, like, the script, did he write it while after somebody told him that maybe he should also see the positives? I don't know, man. Oh, he's got a chip on his shoulder or so, they say.
Doing anything egregious with this, but I can agree how it could cause suspicion, especially with the title, or especially with Yomi Halleck in the thumbnail. It just screams disingenuous, but there's no proof there. You know what I mean? So, for me, I don't find the video too...
Yeah, if you make a vid, you care about the content, about what you say, what you want to communicate to people, right? Like, I think then you're gonna be fine.
Egregious whatsoever, but if more people start making videos in that style and not disclosing that it's sponsored, yeah, I can 1,000,000% see how that'd be a problem, but I don't really want to pull any trigger just yet and say that, hey, this guy's a fucking shill and he's fucking lying to you, he's being paid to make videos and he's not disclosing it. I don't want to say anything like that, right? But I guess it'll be a sign of what's to come, and I guess we'll just keep on checking the description for that Yomi Halleck. That's pretty much all we can do. I can understand the reaction, but I don't really want to go on it too much yet, and I'll be real, I can't watch another second of that video because, good God, the glazing is fucking insane. Like, that is a hard glazing.
Nice vid. Do leave, we'll link below, do leave him a like. I don't agree with the Tectone on everything, sure, but I think everyone should listen to all the people who have something to offer on topics they care about, that you care about. So anyway, leave them a like, rate, comment, subscribe, consider sharing over here, over there, you know, all the good stuff. Hope you have a good one. Stay safe out there. Maybe meet again. Meow.